Mastery Embroidery, and what we're going to be talking today about, Lisa and I, is on page 31 of your Mastery workbooks, and we're on page 31. We're going to talk about changing thread color and how to do that. So what you're going to do is on the top of that page, we are going to go in, let's go back here. We're going to go into...
Can I have the touchy thing? Otherwise known as a stylus.
Yeah.
I have a big fat finger. You want to see what I'm doing? Give me the touchy thing.
There it is.
I am now officially using the touchy thing. So we're going to the palette. Palette. Okay. There's our current color setup for our design that we have.
Now, if you want, let's say you wanted to change all of these colors. This is how the machine is reading the colors. You would go ahead and touch the top one.
Okay, so we're not going to show that?
Yeah, no, we are, but touch, you have to highlight that.
What are you talking? So I can go here and change that color only.
Right.
I can go here.
Now you can change the color on that, and you can turn your knob.
So watch the colors on the screen. You see yellow just popped up in there. We turn green and blue. Oh, now we're pink and brown. Back to purple. So I can just keep changing and keep changing and keep changing until I see something that I like. And if I see something that I like and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know if that's dark enough, I don't know if you'll be able to notice that, why then I can go to my stitch length knob, which controls this, and look at how much darker it gets. I can change that as well.
The depths of it, yeah. Yep. So
or lighter. I could make it lighter. And then when I go back, now it shows me
it's
change my colors altogether. Or
you can also change your brand of colors, and that's on...
Wait a minute. Before, so you can change your color this way too. So I could go, I want that instead. And then I can go to this one and say, I want that instead. And then I can go to this one and say, I want this ugly color. And I can go to that one and say, I want that color. And now I'm completely recolored again.
So let's go
back to palette.
Yeah, but I was going to show them something else.
Okay.
So if you go here, now you can see where we've changed those colors, because the original colors was possibly like these colors here. So we've gone in there and changed them. So each section that we're going to stitch is going to be a different color.
And I apologize to anybody that likes that color.
All right.
Okay, now, what else can we do?
We can go in and we can, you can go ahead and change it. Now you can go in and change, like if you have all of Isacord colors, you can go in and choose from their palette of Isacord colors. I want to say this is King Star, there's Madeira, Rayon, Marathon Poly, Marathon Viscose, Metrocene, Metler Polysheen. Yeah.
So there's all kinds.
There's all kinds of different.
All kinds of different.
So if your thread happens to be, you know, the Metler silk finish cotton, and you wanted to use their color card within the machine, then that's how you would do it. And then you could go back in and change the colors according to that color card. Now, saying all that,
When would you use that, Lori?
never.
Me neither.
I would never use it.
I would just pick my colors, have them ready, and change them when I went to my
Yeah.
steps.
because this says that I have to use a blue, I
Doesn't
might
mean you
want to
gotta
use
use
a
blue.
pink. So I usually just sit down with my design, and I pick out the colors how I want them, and I arrange them in that order.
Yep.
I have never, honestly, I had to sit down and read this because I've never used that.
Speaking of sitting down and reading,
Yeah.
so there was a
Error.
Did we say it wrong, or did the book say it wrong? The book said it
I-
wrong, which she read the book. Okay, so there's a typo in one of the books that we were reading from, and on the Smart Secure Stitches, in your menu, when you go to the Smart Secure Stitches, one of them shows the knot with stitches following it. That is the Smart Secure for beginning, the beginning of your stitching. The other icon shows stitches before it with a knot after it. That is the icon for stitches at the, Smart Secure at the end of your stitches. The book had a typo in it and had them reversed. So sorry about that. We were reading the book. Okay.
And for me, I have them both turned off.
I do too.
I don't use them.
Because it makes a knot on the
It
back that I
does.
don't like.
It does. And or like I said earlier when we did that, is that when it does that beginning knot, sometimes it'll go up to the starting point of that design, and it rips your especially tearaway.
Yes.
It'll rip tearaway.
Because the thread pulls.
Pulls it and
Yeah.
tears it. So I turn them both off.
Anyway.
And that. So
Okay, so that was our correction from last time.
Yeah.
So now we're on to page 32. 22. I think we kind of already did this a little, altering stitch density. Didn't
Yep.
we do that?
A little bit.
Okay.
We talked about it. We talked about that when you resize, the density doesn't change with the resizing.
Right.
You can only resize up to 20% higher or lower.
Right.
If you do anything different, then that density is going to either, if you go down smaller, there's going to be more stitches in that area. It doesn't compensate for that. So this is how you can go in and alter the density of a stitch, a design. So you're going to go into your editing.
Go to your alphabet.
Yeah.
Whoops, whoops, whoops. And what does it want me to choose?
5.
Does it matter?
It says the
That one.
rounded sands.
There,
Yeah.
that one.
Okay, so we're going to put in B's. B. It says 3 B's.
3 B's?
All right.
Okay.
Touch the hoop selection icon and select the oval hoop.
Okay.
All right. And then you're going to close that, the hoop set.
Oh,
Oh yeah, oh, I forgot to change that. You would have gotten if I would have started stitching, it would have come up and told me that I hadn't changed the foot.
yeah. Okay.
Okay, now you're gonna select your eye menu.
Yep.
And you are going to ensure that the maintaining proportion icon is engaged. So go into your sizing. Remember the sizing? All right. And this is what they're talking about, that maintaining the proportion. That's going to be highlighted in the center. Okay. You are going to increase the size of the letter to 200%.
Oops. I went too big. Okay.
All right. So select the eye go up here and select the eye, and then scroll down. well, we could have duplicated that. You could have gone in there and duplicated instead of done 3, but we got the 3 on there. Then move the motif so that they are aligned left and right. We have that, that's right. To center the set of 3 bees, select the bottommost layer, the bottom, and they're all centered. We did all this last time about duplicating and doing all of that. Touch the left, let's see, touch the left bee on the screen.
Which isn't going to be separate for us.
And select the embroidery density. So we're going to select that. All right. Now touch density, and now we're going to change that, alter it to 40%. Alter satin density to 40%. Touch the green checkbox.
Whoops. Okay.
Now you're gonna. Now it's changing it. So now select the right,
which we can't do.
Which we can't do. Change the density to 160, and then touch the green. So what it's showing you is it's going to show you the difference on that. So why don't we just go back out? Let's go into the go there and just hit the 1B. Okay, now we're gonna go to resize, and we're gonna resize it up to 40%. That we're leaving that, or 200%, yeah. And we're gonna leave that size. Then we're gonna select the breadcrumb again, and we're going to add 2 bees. Okay. And then we're going to select the bottommost layer and touch the center icon. Bottommost layer.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. And touch the left B on the screen. How is that? That does not.
I don't got no left B.
Such morons. Okay. Move the motif so that they are lined right. So let's just go and touch this, and then we can move that over.
There you go.
And then touch that and move that up.
You told me to do the bottom one.
There. All right, now touch the left. Now you have they're aligned left to right. To center the 3 bees, you're going to select the bottommost layer. Okay. Now they're really not centered because see they're going to move off, but that's okay. We're fine.
Okay, here I will go like that. Okay. And then I'll go like that.
Now you can touch the bottom one.
Okay.
Thing.
There.
Okay, so the motifs are aligned left to right, right? Now, to center the set of 3 bees, select the bottommost layer and touch the centering. Bottommost layer.
I'm on it.
And then go into here. And to check, I think if you go in there, you can center it. There.
There.
All right.
That is not centered in any way, shape, or form.
It's
Look at how much is.
well, it's centered.
Oh, side to side.
Yeah.
Okay.
So touch the left B on the screen. Yeah. Okay. Now select embroidery stitch density. Okay. And we're going to alter that to 40%. Now we're cooking.
Okay.
Okay. Now we're going to touch the green. She did that. Now go and select the right bee in the layer.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to move that to 160. And then you're going to touch the green check to confirm it. Now select the zoom icon, which is right here.
Mm-hmm.
And you can zoom in to notice the differences in the density of the letters. So if you can see how dense that one is, but look at how not dense that one is.
It's very loosey-goosey.
So you can go in and play with that density when you've done a change.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just go back and forth, and you're just gonna have to test it out to see if it's what you like. So that's how that density works. And you can see the difference.
Mm-hmm.
There's that one, that was the normal.
Normal one.
There is, see how much darker?
Mm-hmm.
And that means that there's more stitches compressed into that area.
And the other thing we can do, that's
Stitch tight
that's changing from a satin stitch
to a,
step stitch.
yeah, which is step stitch is, it goes,
It's a fill stitch.
Yeah, yeah,
So a satin stitch, if you think about it, is
up and down.
like this.
Close
And a fill
together.
stitch is going to be. You catch that?
No, she is.
It's my needle now. It's my pointy thing. It's a needle. Everything.
No, I'm snorting. So, oh my gosh. So
Okay.
anyway, so there are different stitches, and the fill stitch is, you know, it doesn't do a satin. They're just different stitches that they're using.
Mm-hmm.
And so knowing that, which one would you want to change?
If it's a really big area, so if you've really expanded something, if you change from the satin stitch to a fill stitch, you'll get better coverage.
Yeah.
So if you had something that was like this, that was a satin stitch, and you adjusted it to something like this, if you changed it to a fill stitch, you'll have better coverage.
Yeah, because the satin stitch is just too much.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, let us move on. And on page 33, they are talking about the color wheel, and we
Which we
just
already
went
did.
over that.
Yeah.
So that just gives you a little bit more information on that. So read that and play with it. And then we're going editing and grouping or ungrouping.
Note, this is not for the 770 or the
Right.
570. This is only for the plus machines and the 700 and the 500.
Right. And so if I wanted to ungroup this here, I am going to go ahead and touch the ungroup icon. And now I can,
There.
yeah, now I can move these independently. If before I couldn't, so I could go ahead and try to move. Oh, okay, I'm gonna do that. Now try it. See how I can move them independently before they were grouped. So now I could go ahead and touch that one, and I can move that where I would want it. Then I can touch that one, and I can move that. So I've ungrouped this design. Now, to regroup down, to make this into one design, touch that very bottom, and now try to move them independently. You see, you can't. So this symbol is to group or ungroup. And when you ungroup, then I can move things. And I can...
So there's a better example of this, because these were already theoretically ungrouped. So let's go into here and we're gonna say F. Okay, now I can't go to different levels.
No.
Now I have to go in
Ungroup
here.
it.
And now it splits it. It goes into
Do you
those three
see how
levels.
there's the 3 different levels? And so now each one of these can be moved separately. I can move them where I want. And then I can hit that bottom.
And we can regroup them.
And now they're grouped. So it's probably not something that most people are going to use a huge amount of time.
Well, the thing you would want to do this with is, let's say I wanted to do just this, and I want to make just this one bigger.
Right, you can play. It's also like for doing monograms, doing your monograms, working with them.
Okay, so now I can touch this, and I can stick that in there, and now I can touch that, and I can
Resize that one.
make that one bigger, and do that, and then I can go back into my density, because my density is going to be off. And now I can go into here and group it again. And now that's my new design. So the ungrouping thing really, so you can do different things with each individual letter. It's not just about moving it, it's about being able to adjust and resize, whatever, each individual portion of your design.
Right.
So this would work with a bird sitting on a leaf with a branch.
Right.
So you could ungroup all of that. You could move your bird to another side of the branch and put the leaf up. You could do whatever you wanted. Only on the plus machines though.
Yeah.
Okay?
Neat, or you could go in and now you could add something, another motif in here. Now you've got that set up how you wanted it. So go into design and you could bring in a little bitty one.
Are there little bitty ones?
Yeah, go back.
Here, we'll just put that on there.
Okay. And then we can move that and put that in.
Yeah. There. And now I go back in here. And there we go.
Now all of them are grouped together.
And if I wanted to, I could
duplicate.
Let's see.
Go to that.
I would want to go to this one. And I would want to duplicate. And then
you want
I want to rotate it.
Right, so you're going to go up to the top area.
Oh, not that way, this way. There we go. And now I can take that. Go like that. And I can do that now.
And there you are.
Oh, I didn't get the vine, did I?
No, because you ungrouped it.
I ungrouped it all, I got those flowers.
So,
Well,
I
that's
mean,
okay,
but even
flowers.
that looks kind of cool. So, I mean, do you see how you can, I mean, there's really a lot that you can do with the plus machines. And it's a matter of just sitting down and playing with it. I can't tell you that I do this a lot because I don't have time to sit down and play with it.
No, but it would be fun to do.
But it's fun to do, and it's neat that you have that capability to do it.
Well, and if you had a purchase design that had a word on it that you didn't want and you wanted
You
to
could
switch
take
that
it
word
out.
out, that's where you do that. So
Yeah, yeah.
it says hope and you want it to say harmony. So
You can take that out, but you like the rest of the design.
Yeah.
You can take that word out and put in what you
or
want.
put somebody's name.
Yeah.
Or, you know, maybe you like cardinals and your design has a robin in it. So take the robin out, put a cardinal in. You can do that. Okay.
So then on page 35, it's talking about editing, rearranging stitch order. And let's go back to I. And and go here. And this is where you can arrange your stitch order. So in other words, if I wanted this up here, let's see how I do that. I think I do it here. That's highlighted. I want, this one, and I want to bring it up here. Where did I go?
Okay.
We gotta go to I.
Okay. I don't know, we broke it.
There you go. There
Okay.
you go. See how it's moving?
Yeah.
It's moving up. I can move, so it's gonna stitch out
The flowers
Yep.
first.
and that. So you can change those stitch order by just touching on that one. Let's say I wanted that at 3.
There you go.
And then I can, now that's going to be at 3. So you move it around. Now, saying that,
I don't know why you would do that.
because
this.
most designs are
Built
set
in the
up
right order.
in the right order.
Yeah.
So a lot of times what people will do is if that, let's say this was one color and then these flowers in down here was one color, and then it would stitch it all.
Yeah, so you could do that, and that all in one color first,
Right.
and then get to your green
Right.
and your black.
So I mean, there would be a time maybe when you do it, but most of the time for me, designs are set up so that the stitches that need to be on the bottom and the other ones are covering some of it, they're set up to do that. And so you just have to be careful when you do some things like that. Okay?
All right.
I think that's,
That is going to be all we're going to get done
Yep.
this time. We were over optimistic. Okay,
Yeah.
so we will catch you with episode 6 next time. Maybe it'll be something we actually do. Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye.